Hi, my name is Caitlyn Polloni, and I'm a third year student here at UNT. I'm studying communication studies with a minor in social sciences and secondary education. I was born in Tokyo, Japan, but I've lived in Arizona, Oklahoma, New York, South Korea, and I moved here from El Paso, Texas. Right now, I work at the Center for Leadership and Service here at the University of North Texas, and I absolutely love it. My passion in life has always been service and leadership, and this office has been one that I've been a part of since my freshman year. So working there just makes it completely like easier for me. I chose UNT because when I first stepped foot on campus, it felt completely different than like the rest of the schools that I've toured, and that was like a million of them. UNT felt like home. It felt like home, and it was a place where I was welcome. I was going to be welcomed and supported. There was a sense of community that I just didn't see anywhere else. I chose to get a secondary education certification because I always knew that I wanted to be a teacher, and more specifically, I hope to one day be a school counselor. I always loved school, and it's always been my safe haven, even through everything in life. I feel that education is a catalyst for success, and that our younger generations are the pioneers for change. Um, in high school, my favorite teacher like of all time has been one of my teacher, Miss Velez. She was my student council advisor as well as my leadership teacher in high school. She taught me so many life skills from planning events, implementing my ideas, and she was there for me through all those like awkward high school times and dramas. She taught me to always remember to take care of myself because sometimes as leaders we get so caught up on helping others that we forget about ourselves. Ms. Velez is the type of teacher I hope to be one day, loving, compassionate, and open minded. My least favorite teacher, I'd have to say, would be my 8th grade math teacher. I can't even remember his name, but I just really didn't like his classes because like there was no like excitement or like fun. It was just very monotone and it was just so boring. Um, so more fun things. My top 3 movies of all time would have to be The Iron Giant, Harry Potter, and Lilo and Stitch. I feel like The Iron Giant and Lilo and Stitch both have like this storyline about like unlikely friendships and like family and like the wanting to like figure out more and like save your friends, and I just think they're really cute and they always bring like a tear to my eye. Um, I'd also have to say Harry Potter, like all of them would be my favorite books, well movies and also books when I was growing up. Um, my favorite one would have to be the fourth one because I feel like it's the um, like turning point for the whole series, and it never fails to like also make me cry. My favorite 3 bands and musicians would be Troye Sivan, just because like his music always makes me want to dance or like sing. He also puts on like such a great show. Demi Lovato because she also put on a top show, and ever since Camp Rock, she's always made me like want to dance and all that stuff when her music comes on. I also just feel like she has like this great energy to her, and through everything she's been through, she always knows how to like help others and like bounce back. And then Zed, just because like I love his music, and it was like a piece of happiness in high school, his music for me, and like high school wasn't always like the best time, so his music really helped me get through those times. It also helped me find like EDM music, which became like this kind of like community atmosphere I had with a lot of my friends in high school. Um, yeah. If I could have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive, I would have to be with Ellen because I've always looked up to her. She's also super funny, and I'd love to just like have the same energy as her. I also love that she implements good into everything. John F. Kennedy because I believe he's one of the greatest change makers in the history. I also think that I could like learn so many different skills from him. Well, in that dinner, Walt Disney because I also believe that he was another great change maker in the world. He created such an amazing company that's like still long lasting and one of the best things ever. I also am like obsessed with Disney, and I love anything Disney and Disney movies, Disney parks, Disney anything. I also feel like he would just like have so much like life knowledge for me that it would just like change my whole world. Um, so in this class, I'm expecting to like learn the basics of history of like education and like the foundations of education in America and why the system is like how it is today. One thing I'd like to learn in this class is how to improve slash change the system of education, and how that can be started with like us as young teachers. My biggest fear about teaching is not connecting with my students and not having those relationships, because I feel like relationships are a key point to successful education. But I think my biggest strength with teaching is that I'm very like kind-hearted and open-minded, which I think, yes, they could be taken advantage of at times. But I also feel like they're the characteristics that will help me foster relationships with my students, um, and like have those relationships that I fear I won't have. Yeah. Okay, cool. Have a good weekend.